Hello and welcome back. Today is day one of building this shift taking application, and I'm feeling so happy because we are going to start this series of videos building this beautiful shift taking application. This application will give you the knowledge of working with full stack applications and how to work on MERN stack, the stack which we called MERN stack. So we are going to use Node.js here, we are going to use React.js, and also we are going to use MongoDB here. And along we are going to also use things like EJS to be able to send the template to emails when we are sending the email. So let's start, and by starting, one thing that I want to do is to make sure that we are starting from scratch. So I'll come here and in my documents, let me go into my documents. Here you can see now here we have documents. So the same way you can come here in this folder, and then in this folder that we call, or this part that is called documents, and here you can also come here and create this new folder here. But I want to use my command prompt here because I'm on Windows, and the command that I will use is mkdir, and then I'll call this or maybe let me use my this folder. Let me navigate to this folder that is called YouTube 2024, because this is where I'll be building this application in. So here I'm going to say cd and then YouTube 2024, because this is how you navigate to folders. Cd, which means change directory, and then I'll get into this folder here. So now I want to create a directory or a folder, and then I can use this command here. I really like to use the command prompt and terminals. So here I'll say mkdir or make directory, and here I can call it, let's call it shift application or something like this one here, shift application. I'll be using caps. So after that, now if I do dir or list, you can be able to see now we have this shift taking application. So first of all, I will clear and then cd into this shift taking application here. And one thing that I want to address is that to follow this video, it will be easier for you to have installed the VS Code. So first of all, this is an IDE that you should have installed. This VS Code here, you can see this application. So if you haven't installed, you can pause this video and go back and install VS Code. And to install VS Code is easier. You can come and here in Google and type VS Code, download this, and then you'll be able to see this application. You can see this is VS Code Studio, or VS download Visual Studio Code for Mac, Linux, and Windows. So it depending on the platform that you are in, you can do that. So I won't be showing you to do this because this is a simple task. So now if you have already installed now our VS Code, what you can do is that you can do code and then dot here, just like that, to be able to open now this VS Code in that directory or in that folder. So you can see we have opened this you can see we have installed here the we have already opened, now we have opened this VS Code here, and you can see now we are in this folder that is called shift application. Now inside here, if we look at our project here, you can be able to see we are having the front end here, we are having backend, and also we are having admin here. So one thing that I'll do is that I'll create these folders. So to create folder, you can come here at the top, you can see this directory icon, and also that is saying new folder. So create this, I'll say front end, just like that. And again, you can also add other folders. So the other folder is backend here, just like that. Let me add backend, and also we can add another one that is admin, just like that. So this is the structure of our application, and that's why I was telling you that this application will be big, because we'll be having 3 parts here. So, and I want us to start from scratch. So right now, you can, when you are building such a big application, you should be able to just plan on how you will start your application, the part that you will start with. For me, I really like to start with backend. So right now we are going to start with the backend, and then we'll move to front end, and then the other part we are going to also finish with admin here, and also now integrating all these parts here. So first thing first, if you have installed VS Code also, and you see that your VS Code is looking a little bit different from mine, that is because I've also installed other things like the extensions here. So one of the extensions that I have installed, so to my VS Code, that's why you see that we have these yellow colors, and it is a little bit different from yours. So one of the extensions that I have installed here is called Firefly here. So Firefly, so you can look for this extension if you want your VS Code to look like this. So this one, you can come here and install this Firefly Pro here. This is one that I have installed. So install this, and you'll have this appearance if you want your VS Code to look like that. So after that, now let's navigate into our backend, because that's where we are going to start. So navigate to our backend here, just like that. And here I want us to start by initializing Node application, because remember, in our backend we are going to use Node. So I'll just say npm, and then I'll just say init, and then -y, just like that. So if I do that, you'll be able to see that it will generate a package file. So if I go back here, you can be able to see here we have a package.json here. So the other thing that I want also to create here is I want to create index.js, yeah, and this one will help us to start where our web server, where we'll be starting our web server. So here will be the entrance file that we are calling index.js. I'm hoping that you know how to, also you have a basic knowledge about Node.js, so that we'll be on the same page. So now from here, now we can start installing some application, as not application, but packages that we are going to use in this application. So in here, what I can do is that I will open a terminal in this VS Code. So you can come here, and on top right here you can see 3 dots here, and now navigate to terminal here, open a new terminal here, and then I'll be pushing this terminal down, because so that we can have a good view of everything here. So in here you can choose to use this one that is for Windows, the CMD, the normal CMD for Windows, or you can come here and also maybe use git bash if you have installed git bash. So right now, because I don't want to confuse you, I'm going to use command prompt here. So here also I'll navigate to a backend, just like that. And in our backend here, one of the things that now I'll do is to install. So to install these packages, I'm going to use npm and then install. We are going to start by installing Express, because that is the framework that we are going to use. Also, we are going to install Mongoose. We are going to install .env, and also we can be able to also install other packages like CORS, and I think these are the packages that we are going to use right now. Others we will be able to install them as we go. So here I'll just click install, and it will install all our packages. So right now I'll just pause this video here, and when it will finish installing all those packages, we will come back. So right now you can see that we have already installed these packages here, and now one thing that you can notice is that we have another folder that has been created in our backend here. So when you open our backend, you can see we have this folder that is called node modules, and this is where our packages have been installed. So I just you can ignore this, because we don't need to know what is inside here. So now we can come here and start importing our packages. So I'll just start by getting Express. So we just import Express. So I'll just say const express, and then here I'll just say require, and then here I'll add express, just like that. And also the other thing that I do is now I can also use this express. I can also just import .env here, just say require here .env, just like that. Also we need to come here and also install like mongoose here, and we just say require here mongoose, just like that. Let's say mongoose, just like that. And then now we can start building our web server. Or let's say, let me first of all import also the course here, and here can say require here express or no course, just like that. And now I can start by creating our server. So to start by creating our server, I can say const, just like that. So const, and I'll just say const app is equals to or express here. So I'll call this as a function. And now what I can do to start our server, and I can say app dot reason, and you can see we have other options. So I just choose reason here. And first thing that you can do is to specify the port. So here I can say I want to start reasoning from port 8000, or I can say port 8800. And then now the second argument here should be the arrow or callback function here. So just like this one. So I'll just say console log, and then here I'll just say, okay, let me add this here. So here I'll just say, I'll just use backtick here. I'll show you why I'm using backtick here. So I'll say server have been started, or server running on port, and then I say 8000 or 8800, just like that. So I'll just push this down, just like that. And the other thing is to come here and clear. So in here now I'll just say node and then index, just like that, index.js. And now, so here I cannot be able to see like it is not running, and that's because I've not saved this. So I'll just use the command node and then index.js, and you can see now server running on port 8800. And to confirm this also, you can come into your browser and also do things like HTTP, and here, because you can see here already use this localhost 5173. So here I can come here and maybe look for 8000, just like that, 8800. And when I try to do that, you can see we have cannot get here. So this means that you are running the server on that port. So I just cross that one. Let's go back into our application here. So now this is the way to start how you can start the server, but this is not the right way that you need to do to create your server. So first thing first, I'll come here and create a .env file. So I'll come here and add a .env file here, and this .env file here I'll put port here, and then say 8800. I want to put the port here because I want to, this .env here, we can be able to hide some of things that we don't want to push this code with in the GitHub. So I'll just go back, I'll just save on that, and then come here. And the first thing that I'll do also is to make sure that to be able to use this .env, I need to use .env here, and then config, call this function .config here. And now I can be able to use something like can come here and say process.env and then .port, the same way we have called it in the .env file. So you can see here we have this .env, just like that. And now if I come here also, what I can do is to just use this dollar sign here, and I'll say also I can copy this and use it there so that I can be able to access that .env file. So put it there, and now if I save this, I'll be able also, let me restart the server again, and now you can be able to see also it's the same thing. So it is accessing the port in our .env. So to be able to access our .env file, we do process.env and .port, because that's how we have called it here. So if we start using other variables in this .env, I will show you how also you can do that. So the other thing that we need to do is also to connect to our database. So right now, if we look into our application here, you can see our database will be MongoDB here. So to start using MongoDB, we are going to use to create our account first of all. So there's two ways of using MongoDB. One, that you can install the MongoDB locally into your computer, and the other one is to use it in their website, that is. So I'll just go to Mongoose here, or MongoDB, that is, and then we'll be also using this Mongoose package here to be able to connect to this our MongoDB, that is, if we create that in our website or even locally. So using it in their website also, and using it locally in your computer is just similar thing. So you not have a new thing to learn, it's just the same. So I just click sign in because I have already account. So if you don't have account, make sure that you are creating account with me here, or you have created your account and then now you sign in to your to this website using those credentials that you have created account with. So here you can see I'm using my email. You can use Google, you can use GitHub and other things. So here I'll just say I'll just use this my credentials here. So I'll say login. So after logging, now we can be able to create our database. So that is let's see the overview of our database, or no, our account, that is, because this is a MongoDB account. So here, because I have several projects, I want to start creating one from the scratch. So I just come here and create a project. So here you can see you can start another project. You can see I have also other many a project here. So I'll create this new project. So make sure you come here on the top left and be able to create a new project. So after this, I can call it my project however I want. So this time I'll just say shift taking application, shift taking application, just like that. And I think that's okay. And then now I can click next here. So make sure you're following these steps. So here I'll just say create project, just like that, and then it will be able to create for me this project. So this is the way that you create database in MongoDB website. This is the way that you should do it. So here also you need to create a deployment after it have created for a project, because right now you can see our project shift taking application is the one that have been selected. So create here, and after you have created this one, you'll be able to see. So let me see here, you can be able to now select like several options here, like this one, M10 serverless, and then MO, and then also be able to just select provider like AWS, Google Cloud, and also other things here. So right now what we do, because I want us to start using this free option, we just select this free, and then you can just select any AWS, Google, or even Azure for Microsoft. So here I have selected this one free, because if you select this one, you can see it will be charging you And so create now. After that, you can click on create here, and now you will be able to just select this, so, or to solve this captcha. So I think I'm not seeing very well, but I'm trying. So yeah, I have solved that captcha very well. So here I want also to select the way I want to connect into our database. So right now I want to use username and password. So here you can see we have this one, my username here, and automatically generated password. So because this one will be using them, so I can just add here. I can first of all save this username and the password, because I'll be showing you how what you need to, or how to use them. So here I'll just say I'll paste that here, and also I'll be copying this password here just like that, and then also paste it there just like that. Make sure that you have done this, because this will be crucial. And now the other thing is that I want to use this I want to come here and add this IP address here, dot 0.0.0.0/0. This is to make sure that it is connecting from anywhere, because if you don't add this IP address here, you won't be able to connect from everywhere, so there will be a restriction. So add entry just like that, and you can see now it has been added here. So you can see here MO cluster provisioning. We are putting final touches on your cluster just like that. So it's just creating. So we just now go back into our application here, and I want to show you how to connect to MongoDB. So first thing that we'll do here is to come and say start maybe here. Let me add it, do it here. So say mongoose. So I'm using mongoose here, and then we say connection or connect, that is. So here we need first of all to add something. So first thing that we need to add is something that we call shell or driver. So I just push this down here first of all, and then scroll back. So here we need to first of all add something that we call driver or shell, and then here after we have done that, we can say dot then, just that, and then here now this will serve as a callback. So just like that, and then here inside here, this is where I'll say console log to be able to see something when it is connected. So here it just say db connection, can say db connection is successful, just like that. So, and then also you can be able to catch error. So here we can say catch, and then here this one will be also a callback. So this, if there is an error, will be printed also. So here I'll just say console.log, and then here we just print the error here. You can see this is an error. So we just also console log everything, like this entire error here. So after that, now we need to, what we need to do here is to add the driver of the shell. I want to show you how to add that here. So because remember, we want also to hide this one. We just come here into our .env here, and this one we just call it db, just like that. And here we want to get that driver here. So you can see it has completed, and now what else we should do is to come here into our database. So come here in your database, and then you need to connect. So I'll just come here and say connect, and connecting here, I'll just choose one thing that I need to do is to maybe let me add, first of all, let me create a user. So here I'll just add this user here, just say James25 here, so James25, just like that, and then create database user, so like that, and then just like that I just say okay, and then choose a method to connect with. So here I just choose driver. You can see here drivers, and when I choose this, you can see here you can choose even the language that you want to connect with. You can see we have Java, have Kotlin, we have others, because right now we are using the Node.js as our runtime. I just select it, and we have already install Mongoose, so there is no need to install this MongoDB. So this one is the one that we need. So I just copy this here. So this one I just come and add it here. So just like that. So the other thing that we need to replace here is the, you can see already we have our username, but our password should come here. So I can choose to add this James25 here, but this also will be, or maybe I can also use these ones here. Can use this as our username, and here I can use this also as our password. So you can do, or I can replace these ones, so this username and password here. So I just go back, and here first thing that I need to do now is to add here process.env, but now I need to use the variable db here, just like that. And then let's see, so if I connect that, let me see if we'll have a, let me restart our server, and I'll show you how we'll just avoid restarting the server every time. So you can see here we have our db connection is successful here. So if even if we go back, so let me go back into this one here, and then replace it with the ones that we had here, like this one here. So copy this and then add it here, and then also paste it, or use this one here, just like that, and then add it here in our password here. Let me add it there. So even if I do that, and then let's start, let me stop this server first of all, and then restart it again. So like that, or you can see we are having an error. So this error is coming from here. You can see this error here. So I think let's just use the one that we had here, just this one username here, the previous username. So this James25 that we created. Or rather, if you are experiencing any error here, what you can do is that you can come back here and say in my user, add user, or add user here on top here. Oh, this is inviting. No, I want to add user. So if you want to add user, or you can look at where you can add the user, is somewhere here. So edit config. Not really, I cannot be able to see where you can add the user again. So let me see, connect, or let me see here. I cannot see where I can be able to add user. So okay, still okay. There's somewhere that you need to add the user, but we won't be concentrating on that right now. So let's go back into application, and then when we restart our application again, here we'll be able to see that our database will be connected. So just like that, and then you can see here we have our server is running on port 8800, and also you can see here we have our db connection is successful. So if I just stop it for a while, I can use something that we call node.mon here and say index, just like that. Let me look. Oh, we cannot be able to run this node.mon. I'll be fixing this error, but if you don't have this package, also you can install on the NodeMon, because you need also to install on NodeMon. So you can come here and see how to install NodeMon globally. You can see this one here. I want you to go and install this. I don't think you'll have an error on your side to run it, so that you, instead of using node and then index, you can see here we have node and then I and then nodemon. So instead of, and you can see now you can also install it globally. I advise you to install it globally by using npm install and then -g and then nodemon here. So instead of using node and then index.js, you need to use nodemon, so that when we save our file, it will be restarting our server automatically, or when we do any change, it will be able, and or do any change and then save it, will be able to restart our server. So here you just run nodemon. If you, even when you install, you just say nodemon and then index.js. So now I just want to clear, let's see, index.js here. Now it is running correctly, but when I try to use nodemon here, it will throw an error. So I'll be fixing this, and we'll be able, you can see here we have this nodemon and loaded, because running script is disabled on this and this system. So this is one of the errors that mostly sometimes you will be able to encounter. So make sure that you have installed nodemon and then try to run it nodemon and then index.js, and then we'll see you in the next video on day 2 of building this application, because I don't want this video to be very long.